Abichu Amara ergan kam tiyak Abichu Amara ergan abichu kam tiyak Toota Dubbii Oromoo akkam nagaa bakka jirtan maraa nageenya isinirraa jiraatu kun akkuma isin beektan qopheessaa keessan ees jirudha. Haadhan keessummaa nan qabu keessummaa gaafas kan dhufees ture. Abdiisaa gooticha Dawaanooti. Abdiisatu hadhas jira. Wanni hadha irratti haasofnus Oromoo, we are too nice to Amara than Naftanyas and they have taken it as weakness. The choice is ours to let them keep treating us like weak. They're gonna kill the entire Wallagga and take the entire Wallagga region of Oromia. That's not happening unless we let them take it. So, Abdisa, welcome to the show. What do you think about the Habashis saying we're gonna kill the entire Wallagga region, we're gonna remove them, and we're gonna take the Oromo land, the Jachujiran? They're basically speaking the same language from 150 years ago. They're not successful then, and they're not gonna be successful again.
Absolutely, Ace. Thank you again for inviting me on your show again.
For sure.
Look, Naftanya remnants cannot. That's just audaciously thinking, you know. They cannot take anything. What they own, they cannot take. Wallaga. That's a blasphemy. That's a blasphemy. That's just rhetoric, you know. They've been aspiring to do that. These Menelik remnants, they are the cancer in the state of Ethiopia entirely. So they need to be completely exterminated and eradicated because they are the biggest igniter of violence in our country. They're the biggest participants in all thing wrong in our country is as a result of Naftanyas, and we need to get rid of them because their ideology is outdated and is backward, and we are a people that want to go forward.
Right.
As such that we don't even entertain the idea they're trying to come to speak about. So,
right.
Naftanya, please.
Back up.
Stay put.
Back up. You know, when they, the Oromo saying, right? When a dog steps on a poop, you don't remind them that he stepped on a poop because the dog will say, I stepped on what I was looking for.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
When these Naftanyas come back, when they come back and say, you know, I want the Oromo land again, we don't remind them that they stepped on a trouble, the trouble they're looking for.
Naftanya never owned a land, can never own a land. Naftanya, again, we need to let everybody know, especially the community they represent, claiming to be a part of Amara. No, they're not Amaras, to be honest. They are a complete terrorist organization that is deliberately, aggressively, tactically trying to dismantle the unification of that country. We want peaceful nation that can prosper, that can live together, but they are the cancer. Again, they are cancer. What we need to do is, with cancer, you got to have a chemotherapy. You got to get rid of it because they're trying to have remission, you know? No, it's not going to happen. Not here. We have no place for Naftanyas in our country entirely. So I urge the government of Ethiopia to
This
have
government
insurgents
keep
against
going.
us. Yeah, absolutely. This government needs to get rid of this cancer for once and for all, because the sooner we get rid of the cancer before it metastasizes in the country, before it spreads into other organs, other vital organs of that country, we need to get rid of it, because they are opening up a Pandora box for other agents in the region that wants our division, that will benefit from our division. Namely, Egypt will benefit from this chaos. Therefore,
Right.
we need to get rid of this cancer for once and for all. This day, on this channel, we call out Naftanya by its true name, a terrorist organization in Ethiopia. The Al-Shabaab of the Horn of Africa needs to be dealt
Right.
with.
They are ruining everybody in the region. I mean,
Absolutely.
these guys can't, they don't really fight wars. They ran away from every single war. They like to find women and children and kill women and children.
Yes.
Why are they running away from Sudan? I mean, Sudan is the one who took their land, it's not Oromo. Why are they running away from Sudan and hitting Oromos in the Walaga region, the Warlords? Why are they hitting Warlords? Because Warlords don't have enough guns, and the people that got guns is the Sudanese, and they ran away from Sudan. They gave their land to Sudan, and they're running over to Walaga, it seems like.
Hey,
Have you looked into why they ran away from the Sudanese army?
look, a terrorist organization always prey on victims.
Right,
You
the
know,
vulnerable ones, women and
the
children is what
vulnerable.
they use.
In this situation, the Wallo Oromos are
Right.
the victims of these Naftanyas. They're extremists, you know, by every means. They are extremists. They are expansionists. They wanna. They are the ISIS of Africa. Therefore, to deal with them for fun is, first of all, let's not legitimize their existence. They need to be eradicated. I encourage this government, for better for worse, needs to deal with this virus, this corona virus in our country needs to be dealt with. So let's not even legitimize them. Okay, they are state terrorists. They are propagating assassination. They are behind mosque burning, church burning, the destabilization, arms.
But Abdisa, they use the Abiy to do all of that. The thing is, they compromised Abiy so bad. Like Abiy got compromised by the Habashi Naftanyas, by these terrorists. He worked for them. So he's really stuck now. Like, we already threw Abiy away in 2020, right? The Amaras were laughing in 2020. They carry them above their head. They carry him. And then they carry him above their head like this in 2020. They took the entire Ethiopian military, like literally all the Ethiopian military equipment is in the Amara terrorists now, is in the hands of the Amara terrorists. Now they compromised this weak prime minister, this premature prime minister. They compromised them. They make him commit genocide, literally. And the prime minister confessed that it was him who sent the Amaras to commit all these genocides. And now after he commits these genocide, look at this video.
የአማራ ልዩ ኃይል እየሞተ ያለው በመንግስት የተሰጠውን ትዕዛዝ ለመፈጸም ነው መስዋዕት እየከፈለ ያለው። የአማራ ልዩ ኃይል እስከመጨረሻው መንግስት ከፈለገ እና ከአቅሙ በላይ ከሆነ ጅጅጋ ጫፍም ሊያስተማራው ይችላል። ሚሽን ተሰጥቶት እየሞተ ያለ ዋጋ እየከፈለ ያለን ኃይል እንደ ዘራፊና ጨቋኝ አድርጎ መሳል ግን ስህተት ነው። የአማራ ልዩ ኃይል እየሞተ ያለ ነው።
So he's basically saying the Amara terrorist militia is helping me save Ethiopia. I'm gonna let them slaughter Wollo. If I need to, I'm gonna send them throughout the entire Oromia, as far as Jijiga. and pass them beyond Jijiga, he's saying. And
Ace,
now they allow him to use their name like that, entertain them and say protected them, they're good. He vouched it for these terrorists. When the TPLF, when the Tigray region killed 33% of his soldiers, and 33% refused Abiy, say we're not gonna fight for you, they ran away and they joined the Oromo army, or they put their guns down and they're not coming back to him, they're not joining him. And then the other 33% is being used as a guard to watch all these government officials of Ethiopia. And now Abiy is desperate for soldiers, bro. He is so desperate. The Amara militias saying, we don't take your orders from you now. Before they took the orders, and they took all the Ethiopian military equipment. Imagine, bro, the Ethiopian army is made up of majority, like 90% of it, was Tigray, Amara, and Oromo. The Tigrays are in the region, right? The Amaras are in the Amara region. They both don't take orders from Abiy. The Oromos, as much as they could, the ones that have that Oromo freedom in their heart, the ones that have Oromo in their heart, they joined Wobo. So there is nothing left in Abiy's army. And then last minute, he thought the Amara terrorists were going to be on his team. He gave them the Ethiopian army equipment to the Amara terrorists. They fought for him for 3 months. After that, they said, you know, we don't take orders from you now. And now Abiy tried to come back to Oromo, where he slaughtered in 2020 and 2019. He was slaughtering us. He was putting us in heavy prison. And we rejected Abiy fully for good.
can I interject here, Ace?
Right.
If
By
I
June
may interject
2020,
here.
we fully rejected him. I got a last video to play for you, and then you can give it a long response to this. Now, by 2020, by June of 2020, we completely rejected Abiy. Now, Abiy, since then, he's been desperate to build himself an army, because without an army, there is no government gonna exist, right? So he is saying this about his struggle to have Ethiopian army now.
ና መከላከያ ግባ መልስ የለም ና ፖሊስ ግባ መልስ የለም ቤት ተቀምጦ ሰላም ና መከላከያ ግባ መልስ የለም ና ፖሊስ ግባ መልስ የለም ቤት ተቀምጦ ሰላም
Yeah.
Ace,
He's
what's
talking to
happening?
Oromos. He's talking to Oromos. You know, it's the Oromos that he's trying to get them to join the army. And the Oromos, we have our own army. We don't join the Naftanyas. Go ahead. You can give your long response to this.
I'll keep it brief. One thing we gotta understand that Ethiopian federal government's army is a combination of all ethnicities in our country. So it embodies the cultural mixing, the cultural soup of that country altogether are representative of the federal government, because each region contributes X amount of military capacity to the federal government for the safekeeping of the country as a whole. Now,
Right.
the case with the Naftanyas taking arm from the government is a situation similar to what has taken place in Iraq. Before, if you realize when ISIL came into power for the short term that it existed, now it's been crippled, which similarly that Ethiopian government can cripple this Naftanya insurgents that are stealing or bamboozling Ethiopia's armed defense in the region.
Right.
What happened with ISIL in Iraq was that the American government left its military and its capability to the Iraqi military. Similarly, now the Amaras of the Gondar and the Gojam area have the same contributional right as the rest of the country does in safekeeping the country. Now, the war, the insurgents, the counter terrorist act was against the TPLF juntas. Now, the Naftanya, these extremists, these expansionists, these terrorists, fundamentalists, they were able to steal these weaponaries from those militias who were not fully trained to safeguard those weapons that was given to them. Now that is technical, that's a tactical error, that's a strategy, a strategical error that took place. Now the government is doing its best, given the circumstances, given its level of maturity in terms of leadership capability, the best it can to retrieve those weapons back. That's why you see now that now that's the reason you see a protest emerging from that area, which is perpetrated by these Naftanya, these extremists, these terrorist groups are the one that are causing, that are creating this protest, anti-government sentiment is being felt because of them. And you know what they want? What they want is the same thing that ISIL wanted, which is to go back in a country that is fledged, that has promised on transitioning that country that is fundamentally broken, an institution where a country that no institution exists. The fact that Ethiopia is even together today is by some miracle, because there is nothing keeping it. There's nothing safeguarding that country. It's miracle how that country is still together. It could have already dissolved long time ago. It just goes to show you the level of wanting to be together, the level of cultural mixing, historical mixing, the level of the people are so intertwined. Now the government is doing its best effort, given its capacity to get rid of these extremist group. So I feel like that is what is taking place, and I feel like in the short term they will be dealt with. They will be dealt with in all sides. Now, if I can expand a little bit on that, when this prime minister came to power, first of all, he did not come to power elected. It was just given it to him, right? It was a transitional government just to safeguard inter-election. Election got postponed, opposition got jailed, right? There's no competition. Now election is going to be run on its own. So the winner is completely obvious, right? So we know that fact. So there's a vacuum in that area, right? So in this vacuum, the beneficiary who wants to distort, who is enabling these terrorist group, I would point my finger without a shadow of a doubt that the northern, our adversary from the north, who wants our country to be dismantled, fragmented, broken apart, unrepairable, is Egypt. Egypt is behind all the chaos that is happening. Okay? Egypt is arming rebels from all sides to dissolve this country because they want to have this. They want to be the superpower in that continent. And the greatest indirect threat to their superstardom is the country Ethiopia, because of our mixing. This mixing will enable us to strengthen us, but fragmented, they can rule us and control everything in Africa. So that will open up a gate for them.
I think that is the most beautiful thing. If Egypt is helping everybody and making the Oromo wishes come true, because Oromos, we wanted to destroy this crooked Ethiopia from the day that program was established in East Africa. To Oromos, Ethiopia is never really a country. Only Oromos in the Habashi camp, in the Amara camp, only to them Ethiopia is a country. But to us, we always seek our Oromia independence. To us, Ethiopia is not a country, it's a program. So Egypt, you're doing us a favor. Please continue your funding. If you want me to throw a rocket or not them to Egypt, just send one rocket to Jalmaro, he will do it. So going back to this question of the Ethiopian army that you also mentioned, without an army, nobody's going to be a government. There is no way TPLF is going to come back into Ethiopia. They said, if we go back into Ethiopia, the killing will never stop. So TPLF always gonna fight for TPLF. Oromonile, we're no longer gonna be dummies, because every time we try this nice thing, we try this Ethiopia thing, every time we come nicely, they take us for weakness. Every time Oromo goes over there with our guns and he's trying to negotiate, they either kill him or they toss him in jail, one of the two. So Oromo is tired of going to the negotiation just with a briefcase, with some papers in there about nice Ethiopia that looks like a heaven. Oromo's not gonna go there with a briefcase of paper anymore. He must have his bodyguards with guns when he goes now to negotiate for his Oromo independence. Since everybody's for that update, and also Egypt and a whole bunch of other countries surrounding Ethiopia, they all hate this program called Ethiopia, because at the end of the day, it's not a country, it's a program that robs East Africa and sends the resources outside of East Africa. All of us are done with Ethiopia. It's a really, really terrible thing. Now Abiy is gonna collapse if he can't get Oromo youth to pick up guns for him. Abiy will get guns through Dubai. Abiy will get guns, will get all the new equipment. He will even get helicopters. He'll get everything. But it's not good enough if Oromo Keros don't pick up the guns for him. That's why we advise every Kero, when you pick up Abiy's gun, go join Maro. Don't take no damn orders from Abiy. And you can tell in Abiy
ና መከላከያ ግባ መልስ የለም ና ፖሊስ ግባ መልስ የለም ቤት ተቀምጦ ሰላም
Exactly. That's what you're gonna get, Abiy. Whatever Abiy calls you guys to, Oromos, don't do it. Oromos, whatever Abiy asks, don't do it. If Abiy tells you their fishes live in the sea, tell Abiy, hell no, fishes don't live in the sea. You don't tell us where the fishes live, Abiy. You go back to Gondar where you sold us off. Go tell Gondar people that fishes live in the sea.
Ace,
Go ahead.
Something we gotta keep in mind is that what unify us is far greater than what divide us. Understand this. The problem
when you say unify,
country,
meaning like Ethiopia unity or Oromo unity?
First of all, we need to redesign the naming of Ethiopia that suits everybody equally. I would say I would call it UNE, the United States of Ethiopia, or something like that, some generic name.
Nasty.
It's not original.
So nasty.
It's not original. However, it's original. But we need to have some unifying name, because for a long time the name Ethiopia has not served everybody equally.
It means black, it means black. So there was a white guy, right? When they went there, when they went there, they in Geneva, they cut up Africa into pieces of pies, and they say, Germany, you take here, England, you take here, Italian, you take there, all of that. And then the Italians came and they had a hard time with Oromos. So Ethiopia kind of remained, and they said, well, we're going to make circle around Ethiopia. We're going to make example out of them. They're not going to see any new technology. And for the symbol of it, we're just going to call them black. So in their Greek term at the time, the word Ethiopia means black. But the current Naftanyas, these Menelikans, they didn't want to go with the name Ethiopia. They wanted to stay Abyssinia to them, which they got it from Israel somewhere over there, where, only if you're a king line from King Solomon, because one of their girl went to King Solomon and he got her pregnant. She came back, and everybody who came from that bloodline supposedly gonna rule Ethiopia. Once they rule Ethiopia, they're gonna rule everything south of Jerusalem and north of Jerusalem, the children of Solomon from.
Nah, look, I don't believe in that fairy tale. That's a fairy tale.
That's nothing but a fairy tale.
That fairy tale is often told by the extremists group, again, I'll brand them as a terrorist organization in our country that dismantles, disrupts everything that can go right, and they wanted to go wrong. And somebody asked in the comment here, do you have any tangible evidence that Egypt is supporting these rebel causes? Absolutely. Egypt has always have not provided paper, but have always spoken. Its leaders have publicly spoken that there's always a problem that is happening in Ethiopia, because they want to point.
Well, I'm gonna pray for Egypt. Egypt is serving my dream.
I know you want to usher a civil war in that country in which nobody is the beneficiary of it. The only beneficiary in that situation would be Egypt as to be a beneficiary. Okay. See, look,
from the day Ethiopia was established, the war never ended.
Ace, I have been saying that Wayane would be finished for a very long time. Okay, the prime minister has made it his agenda, and he will not stop until the Tigray region is captured and controlled. Look, nobody cares if Tigray separated today. If they leave today, nobody would care, because they contribute nothing to the overall country of to that country. Nothing, honestly. Beside trouble, they have contributed nothing. Beside stealing from us, they have contributed nothing, right? So he has made it his mission to dismantle those elites that have been stealing our resources for a very long time, and have been
stealing with them.
To
he was aiding them to steal it all this time.
He's an employee of that government. I understand. He's been employee of that government.
Let's talk about the new United of Ethiopia, because to me,
how does that look like?
However way you flip it, everybody's gonna hide a gun when they come. United Ethiopia, whatever you say, Amaras will come as Amara first, Oromos will come as Oromo first, Walaitas will come as Walaita first, Benshangul will come as Benshangul first, Somali will come as a Somali first. Nothing different will come out of by changing his name. You can never change the culture or remove these people's identity.
Ace, that would be a symbol that would unify. It's just
but we care about the food. We care about who's getting the most resources out of it. We don't care about the symbols.
Resources are entangled.
You know, we're not gonna share them securely, because we, the Oromo people, don't have a single shop in Amara region. We don't even have it in the southern. We don't have it in Tigray's. We have it in nobody's region, but everybody has a shop in our region.
Look, we do have a shop in Gondare, through the Nile River. Okay, we have the country has invested.
What do you mean we got shops through the Nile River?
Look, we have crafted this grand Renaissance dam that's gonna electrify the entire country. Will create a level of job that you have never seen.
You think so?
That will open up so much prosperity. In fact, it will service 250 million people, in which Ethiopia only accounts for 110 million, which means we'll have 140 million.
It's supposed to give lights. It's supposed to give lights to all nine countries.
A lot of
Exactly. I did my senior thesis. I did my senior thesis on that
energy surplus. So that is beneficial. That's gonna benefit a lot of people. And when you think about it, the power of that country is held in only a small percent of people, right? Those are the people that are that fabricating, that are causing all this chaos. The great majority of those people in that country are innocent people who are just looking for the next food, the next bread, the next budera, the next injera, you know?
Of course.
So they're looking for this. So you're talking about innocent people. Separation will separate us from what we have been together. We have been culturally mixed. You know, we have become so mixed that it's gonna be difficult to separate people like this unless you're gonna carry out a genocide and try to. Otherwise, it's a nation that's gonna be inseparable. It's bloodshed. That is not the United States of Ethiopia that can come to, you know, that can be futuristic, you know. Just talking more and more about just violence instead of talking about peace.
That's why we need Ethiopia to end. As long as there is Ethiopia, there is violence.
I totally agree. This current Ethiopia is not good for everybody. So that's why we need to create a new leadership, right? That is accountable, an institution that is designed to uplift everybody. Okay, look, I understand.
That's what we did. That's what we did. You were speaking like 2017 and 16 again.
Look, to do that, Moti, look, to do that, we need to get rid of the cancer that is within us, which is the naftanya that wants to take us back to that fetal, that backward thinking. We need
but you say you don't want violence. But you say you don't want violence.
Sometimes you gotta face violence with violence, and the violent agent in our country is naftanya. We need to separate that from the rest of the people, from the peace-loving people, the people that just want to eat.
Why don't we keep these naftanyas in their region? Nobody's in their region to begin with except them.
Exterminate them. We need to annihilate them.
We
need to attack them by every means. That is why the Prime Minister...
They're gonna hide inside the women and children, bro. They're gonna hide inside women and children of Gondar and Gojam, bro. How are you gonna go there? That means you have to kill women and children. Like you have to do what Abiy try to do to Makale. If you do that, it's a genocide. It's a war crime. Why don't we just give these Naftanyas their Gondar? Why don't we just keep them over there instead of them coming over here? Why don't we just keep them over there?
Because Gondar, Gojam, these are Oromo lands to begin with.
No, let them have that one. Let them have Gondar.
Amaras, if you go 5 generations back, their name is Oromo names.
It's okay.
They're just Oromo.
They don't want to speak from
the Arabs. You understand? We cannot get rid of our own people.
This is 30 million people, bro. 30 million people. We're not gonna kill them, bro. Come on.
But first of all, I want to give a shout out to people who ask, "Are you Biltigan now, Oromo?" Cut that nonsense. I am a humanist. Cut that nonsense. Marcos, Tafasa, whatever. You understand? There is no such a thing as Biltigan. There's no such a thing as Oromo. We are human beings. We try and preserve our nation. We're trying to create a nation that is unifying, that is equal for everybody that participates in that. We need to get rid of the problem that is there. Is nothing as the problem of that country. Okay, nothing as the biggest instigator of all the ethnic.
You can change Ethiopia's dress. You can change Ethiopia's underwear. You can change Ethiopia's pant, jacket. It don't matter, bro. Everybody comes as themselves first in this crooked country where they have different languages and totally different culture. These people don't need to pretend. They don't need to pretend.
Federalism?
They don't. With this federalism, all that bullshit, they don't need to pretend. They're gonna keep killing each other. So,
what kind of institution would you rather design?
Me?
Yeah, and you. If you were the prime minister, if you were the leader of that country at this particular time, what are the few steps that you will take?
The first step I'll take, I say, who wants Article 39? Oromo is gonna raise their hand. I'm gonna give them. Who want Tigray? I'm gonna give them their independence. Amaras, I'm gonna give them their independence. The little states, I'm gonna tell them, hey, you wanna survive by yourself with your 500,000 people? Good luck to you. If you want to, you can go join Oromo, the ones in Oromo, join Oromo, the ones in Amara. If you want to live with Amaras, join Amaras. If you want your independence, take your independence. We need the killings to stop. The only way you can stop killing, you have to put an end to Ethiopia. If you don't put end to Ethiopia, the Amara is gonna come as Amara first. He's gonna hide his gun. He's gonna hide a knife in his socks. He's gonna hide a stick somewhere down his pants. They're gonna come as Amara first. They don't care about Oromos. The Oromo guy gotta do the same thing. If he doesn't do the same thing, his ass is either gonna be in jail or he's gonna be killed. If the Oromo guy wanna repeat the same dumb shit, let him repeat the same dumb shit. And also today, Ummatota Oromo as keessatti, akka Rashiidoon faati afaan Oromoo naan jedha dhiiroo hin gallee fa gamma. Adda Ingiliffaan daaraa godhu jirra dhiiroo akka habashiin illee dhageettu. Habashii tanniin habashii jedhaani habashaa jettaniitiin akka jaruuf waamtu sanitti jara waamina akka ees Republikaan waamutti waamaanii habashii jedhaani akkasi jaalatanii habashii santurra namatti tolallee yoo jedhan habashaa yoo jedhanii badaa habashii jedhaani jara waamaanii. But anyways, topic deebuuf Ethiopia needs to be gone. If Ethiopia is not gone, Congo now, they need to reduce it and nations need independence out of it. If not, that United Ethiopia meeting, everybody's gonna come with a hidden gun. Miskin one, usually the Oromo one is gonna come, you know, and they're gonna kill him, the Oromo guy, they're gonna kill him because he always comes empty-handed and the Oromo guy gets killed. We cannot trust these Amara Napatanyas. For 150 years, every meeting they came with guns and they killed the other side. Took Tigray 90 years. Took Tigray 90 years.
Your audience,
the Tigrays will never go to a meeting.
So allow me. I want to talk to your audience. Today in Ethiopia, in the Oromia region, there are approximately 15 million Amaras that live there. Nobody really counted these census. It's just an estimate, and it changes all the time because there's no real account of numbers in that country. It's just an estimate because nobody going to the villages and counts in Akofia, Kakayu, Kenya, and nobody's counting them. Okay, so we always just estimate and we always exaggerate numbers. So maybe they're not 110 million people in that country, maybe less, maybe more. We don't know. Okay, these censuses are completely rubbish. Okay, so approximately there are 50 million. Okay. Of the 50 million Abashas that live in Oromia today, if we say there are 50 million.
There's 50 million in Oromia? I thought it was 5 to 10.
See, the estimate always changes. Depends on who's talking, right? So let's even say 10, right? From that 10, of only 2% are the feudalists, right? Which means the remnants of Menelik that are still holding the most prosperous, the most fertile land in Oromia, have the best businesses, right? What do you think the rest of the Abashas are? The rest of the Abashas work in hospitality. If you go throughout Oromia, which I have traveled through extensively, okay, they work in hospitalities, okay? And they also work in one of the oldest occupation, prostitution.
And they're clapping hand for Menelik movement.
75 to 85% of them work in these type of occupations. So these are just poor people who are trying to survive. They do not represent the Naftenyas of the North who are perpetrating and instigating the violence that we see in Wallo, that we see in West Oromia, that we see throughout the country. These are not representative of that fact. But
none of those people,
neighbors,
they don't speak about Oromo.
Okay.
Those guys,
all you audience on here know that they have Amara blood in them. They live with them. They have cousins, families. So there's no way to take these people apart. Together we are strong. Separated, we've become so fragmented. We've become so weak in the region. Okay. Our power will be so limited. We are so landlocked. We've been constant, never-ending war.
Oh, don't bullshit me with that.
Nobody wants that.
Come on.
So what is best for the country? What is best for our people? Everybody knows for a fact. If we do not entertain these bloodthirsty politicians who just prey on people they do not serve, speaking from abroad constantly, if we usher their thoughts, yeah, Ethiopia will be fragmented, and the beneficiaries
there's a little bit of innocence there. There's a little bit of innocence there because
humanity, man. We need to get rid of the old generation. Honestly, Mangudo, Apasi, like the priest of the Orthodox Church, is the most corrupted entity that emboldens, that creates this problem in the northern part of the country.
Who visit him every Sunday? Who visit him by thousands? Who visit him by thousands every Sunday? Is these people that you're defending, the Amaras that you're telling me? Yeah, wait. These Amara peasants you're telling me they live inside Oromia, they're doing hospitality work, they're cleaning. Is them Those people lived in Oromia, born in Oromia. They refuse to speak Afan Oromo to this day.
That is absolutely correct.
Every Sunday, all these priests that you want to get rid of them by thousands, they're kneeling to them every Sunday. All these fertile land owners, Amaras that own all these lands in Oromia, all these Amara politicians that take turn on Oromo cities, who is their backbone? These 10 million people you call innocent people. They're not innocent a single bit of these.
They are brainwashed.
These people are the stepping stone of these Melikins Naftanyas that you want to get rid of. These Melikin Naftanyas that you want to get rid of are hiding inside these people when you want to go eliminate. That is why even Abiy cannot take a step toward the Makale. That's why he has to fly over with airplane and bomb everybody and get himself into genocide crime, war crime. He got himself into it like that. Now, you, a smart leader, go over there and trying to bomb all these people to get to the priest and to get to the neo-Naftanyas. You yourself will get yourself into a war crime. So, we're not going to kill Amaras, bro. We're not going to kill Benshangul. We're not going to kill anybody. Everybody should get their independence. Ethiopia should disappear is my solution. If you entertain this another Ethiopia by putting different dress on Ethiopia, everybody's going to come with hidden gun under their dress in that Ethiopia meeting. Your Oromo leader is going to get shot and they're going to get killed. And then they're going to take over Ethiopia and then they're going to prison people. This happened 7 times. Literally, this happened over and over 7 times. Ethiopia established with a sinful program. Ethiopia is holding together people that have different culture, different identity, and they are not looking to live together. The Amara will always come as Amara first. The Tigray comes as Tigray first. Benshangul comes as Benshangul first. Oromo comes as Oromo first, making Ethiopia empty signifier. What you say to that?
So, are you meaning to tell me that Jawar's fight for federalism was wrong?
Me? From the get-go, I was telling Jawar, bro, that route would either get you in jail or it will get you killed. This is the history of 150 years standing history. Happened to every single person who entertained that stuff. Every single person. So anybody who entertained any part of Ethiopia with a new dress or with an old dress is a no good thing. Ethiopia needs to get dismantled. If you kill the current generation, bro, their sons will be ready in 30 years and the war will start again. What did they do to us? What did the Tigrays do to us? Imagine they killed 40,000 Wobos out of 150,000 Wobos with a political trick that we put a new dress on Ethiopia. It's going to be a fearless Ethiopia now. Go to your camp and then they bomb the soldiers in the camp. So if you go to Ethiopia negotiation, this is what I'm telling you. If you go to Ethiopia negotiation, you will get bombed. You will get killed at that meeting.
Look, we never started the meeting, which have transparent. You know what I mean? We're not literally at the table right now.
Because it's Ethiopia, you will never get that.
Exile.
You will never get that. It's Ethiopia, you will never get that.
Now with this condition, now with this leadership, of course not. That's why it is crucial to have a leadership that is sound, that is of the people, by the people. An institutional design is paramount to have that transition. You understand? This government it was just told to just safe keep and has not kept anybody safe.
Right.
It just created.
So who are you gonna trust?
It has created a vacuum. I trust the young generation of that country. You understand? The generation that understand one another, because it's a future generation. We are held back by the old generation.
When you say young, can you put an age on the next prime minister? Because supposedly this was the youngest prime minister in Africa, bro. How young do you want to get?
That's what I'm saying, though. Look, the old generation has kind of thrown up on this generation and elite and the emerging generation their way of thinking, that outdated way of thinking. Look, guerrilla war tactic is outdated, okay? The separatism is outdated. It's not gonna work in the modern world. Nobody is gonna
What you mean?
and roll over and have that country just dissolve just like that. It's not gonna
Yes, you
happen like
can. Hey,
that. So you want
look how small Uganda is. Look how many countries came out of Congo. You know the Congo war was bloody and it never stopped. And they finally gave freedom to countries.
This one is way more complex. You're talking about a country with 84 nationalities and different
So's
cultures.
Congo. So's Congo.
More or less, you understand? Look, Congo is
Congo is the biggest. It was the most popular.
It's stable. It's the bottom of Africa's pecking order. You want to go back down?
No. I thought you wanted the killing to stop.
The killing needs to stop. That's why.
Okay, Abdisa, you gotta get specific for me because you're talking dreams. You know, you're cursing all the older people. They got all the money, and they're not gonna simply just give it to this young guy because he's complaining. You know, obviously the older people's way works. They're more wiser. They're more older than us. They acquired wealth, and they're gonna die for that wealth. They're not gonna simply just hand it to you. Now, Abiyi, this guy said, I'm Oromo. When he goes to, white people and he tells them, I'm Oromo and Amara, the two biggest population. When it comes to Oromos, he says, I'm not Amara, I'm 100% Oromo. So where are you going to get the next leader? Should he come from Oromo? Should he come from Amara? Or it should be a flip-flopper like Abiy, who nobody knows where the fuck he belongs. So we try with Tigre,
allow Menelik mafias, as one of the guy up here said, we're gonna allow this Menelik mafias to take control of that. You do not want ISIL to take hold in that country. Do you?
Amara's out of it. Okay, Amara's out of it.
Kenyans are keen on bringing back the old way of doing business. We do not want to do business that way. You understand? We do not.
So should he come from Oromo?
It will always come. It will have to come from the majority of the participant in the federal system. The federal system have never been upheld. Look, we have a beautiful.
But this terrorist Amara is gonna go crazy.
Huh?
The terrorist Amara is gonna go crazy.
The terrorist Amara will need to unite together and get rid of them.
They're not gonna listen to us. You can't get rid of them.
United, we can.
No, we can't.
Yes, we can. Yes,
nobody
we can.
Gonna get rid of them.
Yes, we can.
That means you have to kill women and children, bro. No, we're not gonna kill women and children. How are you gonna get rid of them without killing women and children?
You destroy the idea. How did the United States? How did the United States took out ISIL?
ISIL is still flourishing.
Of course, ideas do not die, even though you kill the people, right?
Right.
But you can minimize their capability that they're not gonna become a threat to the state's stability. You understand?
They will. They're gonna start blowing up buildings. They're just gonna elevate.
Allow them. If you at the current state, if you allow this to continue, if provided this government allows them to continue in their insurgents, in their combatants, yes, of course they're gonna get more power. They're gonna become, because look, Naftanyas have been acquiring modern weapon for a long period of time. The fundraising begins in DC. You understand?
Exactly.
The supporter of Naftanyas regime are in DC. You understand? They are the ones that are sending the remnants. Again, when I speak about remnants, look, the remnant that is sent from diaspora is what kept TPLF for 30 years in power. You understand? Because remnants from the West contribute to that country's GDP heavily, greatly. Okay, we give them hard dollar currency. You understand? So we need to put a stop to that. Okay?
How?
We need to call out the Naftanyas, the Abasha people, the Abasha people in DC. They need to rule out the Naftanyas themselves, because nobody knows.
They love him.
They will.
They love
Because
him.
there are sympathizers, right?
Yeah,
But
they love their
this government, I believe, is
one man's enemy is another man's soldier.
once he's elected. But this
To them,
election
to
is
them
not
that's their
controlled
soldiers.
people's need.
Akuma wobo jaradhu jaratan dhiro. Naftanya fi jarre. You know, I would never sell out wobos. Jarrile kofin gurguratan of these. They're not gonna sell theirs. So we might as well freedom.
Look,
Let them live in
look, how dare you even compare Wobo's insurgents to Naftanya's extremism? Wobo
how
fights
dare
for social reform.
Abdisa, relax.
Wobo fights
One
for
man's soldier is another man's enemy.
are direct threat to everybody, every individual. Okay, they are direct threat to everyone. Okay, Wobo is not direct threat to Wobo fight for social reform. You understand? That is completely different.
No. Wobo fights for independence of Oromia. Independence of Oromia.
Yes, but they're not fighting for that. They want to take Ethiopia. They want to take the whole country down. They
got more crazy. They're more crazy. I know they're crazy terrorists.
Fanatics.
But one man's soldier is another man's enemy, Abdisa. We gotta give them that statement belongs to every country.
I do not condone that. I do not give them that benefit of doubt. No way. No. I don't. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
These people do not fight. These people fight for destruction single-handedly. And Amaras who sympathize with them are extremely at fault. They need to get their acts together.
But they're not. They're never gonna get their act together. 450 years, they never got their act together. So I don't expect them to get their acts together either. Now. So why don't we just put them in Gondar and then we build the wall around them?
No, we push them into the Red Sea so they'll be beneath the water.
That means you have to push women and children into the Red Sea.
We're talking about men and women holding gun to put their ideology, their backward ideology on the rest of the country. Yes, those people need to go. It doesn't matter, men or women.
How? They're gonna hide inside the population.
People who wants to prosper, who wants to thrive economically, because we are poverty-stricken country. Half of the nation's population is under the age of 15. Man, these are young people that wonder why they go to bed empty. These are the people that we need to fight for. This is our common identity. Poverty is our common identity. And these people want to get rid of all of us. Because why? Because they want to take us back to old way of doing business. Hell no, not here.
Right. So the only place we can keep these people is in their Gondar.
And the Red Sea. No, Gondar is ours. Stop giving a terrorist haven. No, we don't give terrorist haven. We put them in a cave. We put them beneath 6 feet deep.
Abdisa.
That's where you put Naftanya, 6 feet deep. And they become no more threat.
Okay, this Naftanya you're chasing, right? He's hiding with his family.
Thank you, Naga. He says a great idea. 6 feet deep.
He's hiding inside, he's hiding inside the population, this Naftanya. How are you going to get to him? To put him 6 feet deep? How you gonna get to him? Huh?
All sides. If you understand, when Abiy got this position as a transitional transformer,
you know why Abiy fell miserably in Tigray?
First thing he did was what? Become friends with his neighbors, right? He shut down, right? Surround them, dump them. That's how you get rid of Naftanya.
But he didn't get Tigray.
Oh, he's dumping them.
He's not dumping them. They're dumping him. His military is depleted.
No, his military is not depleted.
Oh, you want me to play that video for you again? Come on, Abdisa.
Those are de factos. You understand? Look, TPLF had
Na makalakya gaba malsillam. Na police gaba malsillam. Bet takamto salam.
Yeah, there's simple answer to that. because the federal government doesn't even provide these people a salary. Nobody fights for free. The government doesn't have money. It doesn't have capital. You understand? That's why when you see atrocities happening in the Tigray region, in the Wallo region, when the federal government agents are doing the perpetration, the reason they're doing it is because there's no salary. So they take matter into their own hands. They rape and stuff. Nobody condones this. The whole country is embarrassed by this. Okay, when we hear it in a global stage like this, this is bad. This is terrible. Those people need to be brought to justice. They need to be dealt with. But the government doesn't.
You don't really have a solution on how to go get the bad guys out of the population. You don't have a solution. Huh?
It's not funded. So these people are trying to get paid by, like, if you notice, like in the West Wallaga, right? When the government sends its stooges over there to do its bidding, right? What they do, because the government is not paying them, they taking the cattle from the Oromos, you know, they killing, they eating, and they raping, they burning, they looting, right? So there's got to be a reform in the military itself. The military is not capable.
So your Ethiopia is very far away.
It's very far away. That's why we need to recreate the name Ethiopia.
So my Oromo is getting closer.
Ethiopia itself. You understand?
My dismantled Ethiopia is getting closer. Your united Ethiopia is very far away, Jechu.
In a foreseeable future, we can see that. We can see that when the young people of that country unite together for common cause, unite and dismantle these terrorists that are igniting.
Well, it looks like the young people of Tigray already. The young people of Tigray, it looks like 100% they're united behind Tigray Defense Force.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like the Amara youth are united behind their Amara terrorist fan organization. And it looks like the Oromo youth are united behind Jalmaro for Oromo Defense Force. So it looks like your Ethiopia is heading toward getting dismantled. Unless the white guy from NATO comes and saves it by killing everybody. When I say killing everybody, I'm talking about the leaders.
Anything worse in that region, okay?
Huh?
Look, all these small agents that you're talking about that are, becoming a guerrilla warfare, they're very they're very small. They're very fragile.
You're saying Tigray Defense Force is small? You know, Abiy didn't kill Tigray Defense Force. Abiy killed the women and children, and they got in trouble for that.
They're forced to run into the mountains. They're fighting.
They're in the battlefield. It's called the battlefield. It's called the battlefield where Abiy can get to.
They never marched with an army in full front. It's just a guerrilla.
Why would they do that? That's dumb.
Outdated methodology. It's outdated.
That's dumb. They wouldn't do that. If you study art of war, they can't do that. That's the dumbest thing an army can do. So TPLF is working on dismantling Ethiopia. So if you're ready for a 30-year war, Abiy,
of course.
We're ready. That's what they're saying.
They want that, because they're not in it, right? Because before they were stakeholders, right? Now since they got pushed out from their position, right? It's a loser mentality, right?
Because no, it's not. It's a winner mentality.
It's a terrorist mentality. What do the terrorists do? Kill myself and kill others, right? It's a suicide mission.
No, Abiy killed women and children, bro. Your king Abiy killed women and children.
Well, Abiy is not my king, by the way. Stop branding people like that. That's a way.
Oh, you say you like leader like that, and they're doing good. You say they're doing good.
They've done great in destroying Wayane thus far.
They didn't destroy Wayane.
They need to do good destroying Naftanya for once and for all.
No, he gave Naftanya all the guns, bro.
Naftanya stole
all this protest and all of that. Abiy is on their team.
I told you the militias are not paid or underpaid, sell their weapons for free. That's what Oromo people have done in the past. That's what people do when they need something. They exchange for what they do not have. Okay, that's what they do. You want
Abiy
food?
Claims he's the one. Abiy is deploying these Naftanyas, bro. Abiy is the one deploying Fano. The people you call terrorist organizations that played the video for you, he's the one who's deploying them. He said, don't even question me why I deploy them to Wollo. I can deploy them as far as Jijiga if I want to, he says.
What does that mean to you?
That means that Abiy is a Naftanya, himself is in the Habashi community, not in the Oromo community.
No, that is not what it implies. Look, now don't brand me saying supporter or something like that, because I have individual opinion. This is what's going on. Okay, you gotta understand. You gotta
individual. You pro Ethiopia, right? You're not pro Oromo independence.
I want the stability of that country, because together
so you're pro Ethiopia. Don't confuse though, bro. You pro Ethiopia, right? Don't be scared. Just say it.
A stability of that country is very crucial.
Say Ethiopia. Don't say that country. You're confusing me. To me, Oromo is a country. Ethiopia is a program.
I believe in the recreation of Ethiopia.
Are you pro Ethiopia?
Are
you pro Ethiopia?
Recreation of an institution.
Are you pro Ethiopia?
That welcomes everybody.
Are you pro Ethiopia?
Not currently of this type of Ethiopia. The Ethiopia that I see, the Ethiopia that I wanted to come to pass, is completely different than the one I'm seeing right now. The one I'm seeing right now is a chaos.
Okay, not Abiy is Ethiopia.
Understand? No.
Not Abiy is Ethiopia. Are you pro Ethiopia, by the way? Anyway, just clear this word up.
I believe in the reunification of the people.
Takanu fakatu, takachi fakatu. Akas fakatu jirta, bro. Are you pro Ethiopia or not?
I just explained to you what I am. I am not pro Ethiopia. I am pro creating Ethiopia that is suitable for everybody. That's completely different.
That's pro Ethiopia. That's good enough. You just said the word pro in there for me, so good. It's easy, bro. I'm confused.
It's not
okay. Let me ask you different way
that you want to do. That's not gonna happen.
Because Oromo politics is stuck over here. Oromo politics is stuck where in Oromo politics we're stuck. People who are pro Ethiopia are not clearly saying it in public that I'm pro Ethiopia. And they got one of their legs inside Gondar, and then they got another leg in Finfinne, and they're screwing our politics up. You know what I mean? To be clear. Are you pro the independence of Oromia?
Say that again.
Are you pro independence of Oromia?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you pro Ethiopia?
Ask me what that means.
No. Don't be funny. You don't get a chance to be funny here.
I am saying no. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to tell you what that means.
I use the word independence.
Meaning independent from federal influence directly.
No. That's not independence. That's not independence. That's not independence. That's fake politics. This is Dubbii Oromoo. I can't take fake politics in Dubbii Oromoo.
Oromia has never been independent on its own. So in the federal
your Ethiopia never been peaceful either, bro.
Have to be independent on its own and contribute equally for the welfare of the nation as a whole. That is federalism. Do I believe in federalism? Yes, I do.
You can't be everywhere, Abdisa. Abdisa, you can't be everywhere.
No, I'm with federalism. I am with federalism. Are you with federalism?
I'm Ethiopianist. Just say it with a lot of pride. You don't have to be scared.
I told you, the Ethiopian does not uphold rule of law or federalism.
I know. You got the brand new Utopia. You have a brand new Utopia made up. That brand new Utopia still makes you Ethiopianist.
No, I'm in the Jawar version of federalism, where Oromia's autonomy is respected. Oromia's resource is used by Oromos in Oromia, and Oromia pays its fair share for the defense and the well-being of the country as a whole. But today's Ethiopia is not representative of that federalism. That is why Jawar is in jail. That's why Abiy put him in jail, because he's in opposition to him. He's a direct threat to him. Okay, you understand? That is why. Okay.
I hope I don't see you in jail again.
I'm sorry if I'm in jail for saying that. So be it.
No. You're gonna be in jail with your.
No, the threat of Jawar Muhammad was a direct okay, elect direct elector of Cairo, okay? He was direct representative of Cairo. Cairo did not back him up when it was time to do so. Why?
Because they don't have guns. It requires the guns to back him up any farther. That's why. Yeah. And the idea that you're gonna kill all these Amara people, it's not
No,
gonna fly, bro.
no, nobody's killing anybody.
But
I am for getting rid of Naftañas. Naftañas is completely different.
they're inside the Amara population. So you have to hit the population to get to them. Like Abiy have to hit the Tigray population to get to the Tigray Defense Force, and he still couldn't get to them.
Look,
But they got to his soldiers.
I am pro Oromo's independence.
Ethiopia.
Economically, okay? Because look, we contribute so much more to the welfare of that country. We pay way more than our fair share. You understand?
Yeah, it's you guys. The Ethiopians came did this to us.
Exactly. That's because the federal system have not been upheld. And this goes not so much to the federal government, it goes down to the local level, the Kabalera, the Waradas, who elect their kantibas, okay? Right? Do not hold them.
Kantibas are appointed.
They are thieves.
Everybody's appointed in Ethiopia, bro. That's fake election, man.
Understand, it's coming down from the top. I'm saying the influence from the top needs to be diminished so that the states have their own power, just like the United States, right? Each state have its own power, right?
Well, all these investments and all these speaking we're doing, all this reserve, all this investment we have in Jalmaro, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna spend it in building your dream Ethiopia, your Menelik looking Ethiopia, or whatever Ethiopia you're.
Ethiopia that is separate. Ethiopia that is not glorified by Naftañas who are the biggest.
That's what everybody's saying.
No,
that's what everybody's saying.
They just make the biggest noise. Look, we have contributed so greatly in the building of this nation that has not benefited us. But we need to create one that's
that is such a Biltilginna line, bro. That's a Biltilginna line. But anyways, Abdisa, we will end the show here for today. You're definitely welcome to debate. We will keep you in a straight line from flip-flopping, because right now you're flip-flopping way too much, man.
I get it. No, that's
too much.
That's mischaracterization of what I say. I think I have thoroughly explained.
You want to get rid of all these old people. You want to get rid of the Amaras, and you want to get rid of that.
Frozen thinking that kept us, those backward thinking. Okay, look, the way I see it, we all have the same skin. To hate you will be the ultimate sin that makes my head spin. You understand?
But you want to kill these people. I don't even want to kill anybody.
I speak for the poor people of that country, okay? The poor people, the kids, the children, those children that are under the age of 15, not these adults that are 40, 50 years old that have kept the baggage from long time ago. And more importantly, getting rid of Naftañas.
You must be building heaven in Ethiopia. You're looking to build heaven in Ethiopia, aren't you?
Maybe I am audacious as a humanist, but there's nothing wrong.
Maybe you're politically naive.
No, not.
Do you consider yourself politically naive?
What do you mean by naive?
Meaning, like, miskina, nice. You're too nice politically. You think things will happen simply. Things will happen easily.
Ace, I think you should slide off this branding people trying to put in your camp.
It's not branding, you know what I mean? Like
my mindset. That is also a backward thinking. Okay, understand? Look, we gotta think forward. We gotta
meaning politically. Are you so generous?
Look, you gotta think about you gotta make your platform about how you can actually help people, not how you can divide people. Because divided
I don't divide people.
I do not want to be
divide people.
Either way, stop
divide people.
That belongs to us.
I just don't understand why you want to go rob Amaras, why you want to go rob Tigres.
Can you confirm today? Can you tell
why do you want to rob these people?
Kenyans are a terrorist in our country?
Atama nama divide gote mali gote mana anjetta diro. Atu
Because
fijiran jirtu. You doing it.
look, you're doing this Garissa thing like everybody, ooh, you have my
No,
do
that's
this.
more like you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got to be more humanist, okay? You got to bring peace.
I'm way more humanist than you are. You're
Okay.
telling me you're gonna eliminate these people.
That is good because, hey, we know each other, okay?
I thought
Like-
you're humanist. How can you eliminate people?
Oh, Naftanyas, elimination. Because they do not have good heart for humanity. They want to bury us 6 feet deep. No, we're going to reverse that to them, okay? Kansari of kesa basu qabna. Kansari biyya keenya keessa jiru kansari ummata naftanyat.
I can't buy so Sinjay, you have no answer. That's why I'm saying, are you politically naive?
Naftanya jiru uleedhaan dullaadhaan qawweedhaan galaana diimaa keessa gad buusnee gadi
How?
baachifneetiin keessa galchuu qabna. We need to eradicate the
But
idea.
they're not sleeping. They're awake. They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna kill you.
You shoot back. Of course, you die and you kill. Of course, you're gonna take casualties in the process of getting rid of that. America took a lot of casualties. The Syrians took a lot of casualties. The Iraqis took a lot of casualties to get rid of ISIS. Okay, the Kurdish
But
took a lot of
But these
casualties.
Naftanyas are running the country. They're running Ethiopia right now.
Only if you give them the platform and say that they are running it, but you need to unify the
No,
people
Abiy gave him the army.
together.
Abiy gave him the army. Where will Jalmaro though? Where will Jalmaro? No, nu Jalmaro lin jirra diro. Jaro lin together nu ninjadinka.
The Iraqis do. The Iraqis do. They came to them with weapons. They left their shit. They ran away. The same thing the Abashas did. Okay?
That's
They
not
were-
true about Iraq.
They got stolen. Yeah, ISIL come and took their oil. They took their resource. That's exactly what Naftanyas wants to do. They want to take key resources. Okay? And they are playing this tune to the Egyptians' cause. Okay? I fundamentally believe the Egyptians are behind the problem that is happening in that country because they are invested in the destruction of that country.
God
You
bless
understand?
Egypt. Egypt
No,
is doing the justice for us in Ethiopia.
No,
They're getting rid of
down,
that
down
program.
Egypt. Okay?
God
Egypt
bless
wants
Egypt.
our demise. They think they have historical right over the Nile River. Again, that's old. That's ancient story. By the way, we were the ancient.
As long as they give Jalmaro guns, let them take the Habashi water. I just wanted them to give guns to my team. Once they give guns to my team, let them take the Naftanya water.
We encourage Abiy to do a better job in defeating Naftanyas and have fair election and release Jawar Muhammad from jail. He is direct competition to you and you jailed him because of fear of competition.
That's Ethiopia, bro. You will never have a fair election. Imagine.
Jawar federalism.
Ethiopia bareedduu tan ta'e gaafate ijaarte. Abdiisa Ethiopia bareedduu ta'e gaafate ijaarte.
Jawar
You
wali
know-
ijaar. Abay.
Huh? No,
Jawar-
nusi waliin Itoophiyaan ijaaru dhiiroo. Atummaan deemee ijaare. Ila.
Ati jaalmaroo wajjini akka duriisan baddaa keessa lola jetta.
Yep. Atillee warra goobana daacee waliin Abiyyi goobana daacee waliin akkuma duriisan Oromoo ficcisiisaa. Ficcisiisaa Oromoo. Diina jala galaatii Oromoo ficcisiisaa sinaa ergattu diinni.
Diinni yoomiyyuu Oromoon finne kafite Oromoodha.
Exactly. Oromoo Ethiopianistoota, Oromoo goobanoota. So if you want to go join that community, it's your choice.
You got to evolve from outdated thinking.
You got to evolve out of your outdated Ethiopia thinking too, buddy.
That's why I'm saying let's create a new Ethiopia.
That's why I say let's get Oromo independence, something you have not tried. We created New Ethiopia 7 times. We created New Ethiopia 7 times. 7 times. 7 different times Ethiopia didn't work out.
We never participated in that
And
creation.
we're gonna have Abdisa, the failed 8th king.
We just defeat. No, I'm not a king. I'm not a politician by
Abdisa
any means.
can be the 7th king of Ethiopia.
Haha, it's funny.
Yosan Oromoon aadaa qurxummii bishaan keessaati Oromoo mara gossuu qabna oboo balleessuuf jettanii sin ammallee irra deebitaniituma goobani daacheellee Oromoo balleessuuf akkasi kasaare matama isaatu ajjeesan. Abiyyiin illee amma amaarri In beetti mitire Oromoo goobanoota gantoota saba ofii waan hin hammanneef Amaaruma jala waan jirtuuf itti fayyadamanii achi booda Amaarri dhumarratti Oppiidoo matanniin qannasaa exactly goobana daachee akkas godhan. Itti fayyadamanii Oromoota wotaadara oofee Oromoota ficcisiisee fi Miniliki after it matama isaa ajjeese Minilik. So Abiyyiin illee amma Amaarri akkas godhu jirti. Yoo Abiyyi du'e maybe Abdiisaa can replace him. And Abdiisaa can try to be the 8th king and good luck to him. Ilmi Jaalmaroo Yosan, bosona keessa, sibbokkisa, good luck to you. Akkas jenna kaadhiro. The last thing, whatever you want to get off of your chest, bro, this is your minute. The show ends here, so get whatever you need to get off your chest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll speak to you directly. Let's not brand each other. Let's not divide each other based on clan, based on ethnics. Okay, together we can achieve more. Okay, that's not Ethiopian's idea. That is a humanistic idea. That is an idea that has made some of the greatest country great today. Okay, everybody knows that together we can thrive. Okay, together we know that the great majority of that country's people are not even political. Miskina, they're just innocent people that just really care less about just the next food they're gonna eat. But few politicians that are scrimmage from abroad, hence the guy I'm speaking over here, try to cause a different camp. That's not gonna help anybody. But together we can create Ethiopia that will respect the rule of law, that will uphold terrorism like the champion Jawar Muhammad did, provided he comes out and competes. And I think we can compete. And I urge Abiy to dismantle the Naftanya rhetoric, this extremist group, this terrorist organization that is fueling ethnic divide and causing so much chaos among innocent people. I pray that their extermination comes to fruition.
Abiy, the solid Amara nationalist backing of Abiy would last as long as he's playing their tune. As soon as Abiy leaves the Amara nationalist, which Abdisa wishes he would leave, he will get hung. Oromos don't like him. We already X'd them out. We already said this guy is no good. We did a worldwide protest saying this guy is nothing but a snake. We don't like him. He doesn't represent Oromo one single bit. So the Amaras are power hungry. They fully want to get rid of him, or they're probably just faking because they're all thirsty for soldiers. They're playing tricks on Oromo. Oromos, do not trust them. Do not trust Ethiopia. Do not trust this Abiy stuff. Do not trust this Habashi stuff, this Naftanya Minilik stuff. We want our country back. We're going to get our country, Oromia, back. And this is what they're trying.
Na መከላከያ ግባ መልስ የለም ና ፖሊስ ግባ መልስ የለም ቤት ተቀምጦ ሰላም
Yep. So he's basically saying the Amaras are choking me. Oromo youth, come and become soldiers for me. Save me, save me, save me. This is what they're trying to do. And the Amaras are going on a protest. So it looks like to convince the Oromos that they hate
the country.
No. Abiy is their son. Abiy is the Habashi son. He ain't one of us. So they're faking us.
Abiy is an Oromo. Don't lie. Don't lie.
They're faking us.
Nama Kenya naman
faking us straight up.
Nama Kenya naman kinnin.
Nama balaga zero. Nama bafi wakati Oromon claiming God. Plus nam Oromo watakan godin. Nam Oromo rashira wagad era dalag waggas odoma all dalag yamma namichi kun Oromo rashir. He was a spy. He was a CIA, former CIA for TPLF. So in a snake like that is no good for us today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Let's get rid of all snakes.
So we're gonna get our country back. Oromos, let's focus on getting our country back. Our leader is John Maro, and he's holding on to our army, and that's the only place that we have our interest. Other than that, the Ethiopian camp is the Ethiopian camp. We do not mingle in that Ethiopianist camp. When Ethiopianist camp, like Abdisa tells us, we're going to go to this 30 million Amara population. We're going to go in there. We're going to make them get on their knees, and we're going to make them show us where their ISIS are, where their terrorists are, where they're hiding their terrorists. And he's going to collect all these terrorists, and he's going to bury them 6 feet deep down. Don't trust stuff like this. The stuff Abdisa talk about today.
Yeah, showing you.
Ethiopia, that's going to work for all of us. Nice
Yes.
Ethiopia. This is the language we dealt with in 2016 and 2017 to get fake Abiy in 2018. Ethiopia, federalist Ethiopia, beautiful Ethiopia. This is the language we spoke 1991 to get us fake Mallas. Andinet Ethiopia, one Ethiopia. Who
No,
brought that
let's
up?
create
One united Ethiopia,
Ethiopia that
fair
is for
Ethiopia that works
everybody.
for everybody.
Let's create Ethiopia
Fair-
that's for everyone. As Jawar once championed the federalism
Hey, Jawar is
ideology.
in jail.
For
Jawar is
once.
in jail, and Jawar needs
He
a
will
lot
come
of
out of
guns.
jail. We need to get
He
him
needs
out
a
of
lot of
jail.
guns. When he
United
comes
will
out of
get
jail,
him out
too, he
of
needs a
jail.
lot of guns. He needs guns.
We need to get him
when
out
he
of
comes
jail.
out of jail. He will come out of jail. I really doubt if you really like Jawar either, because your Ethiopian is not.
Erro will
I
get
don't
him
know.
out of jail once.
But Abdisa, you got your stuff off your chest, so let me finish mine. So this one Ethiopia that works for everybody, that's the language we dealt with 1973 and 1974, and we got Mengistu out of it. Ethiopia, I'm not gonna cheat people anymore. Just save me from this World War II. We're gonna be fair. We're gonna be a real country again. That's what we dealt with 1944, 1943, 1945. And right after that, Dagajalabbi Alislas went back to the same thing, the same Naftanya stuff. Come on, Oromos, help me, defeat Italians. Oromos, please help me. We're gonna be a beautiful, strong country. We're gonna be united.
I think you're starting to go
together.
back where the what do you debut Jirta?
We got Menelik
I
out of
think
it.
you should wrap it up.
So I'm telling you, Abdisa, what you're trying to do has been done 7 times. Every time we got a fake leader out of it, crooked Ethiopia out of it, crooked program out of it. So whatever you're trying to sell, Abdisa, to that round table you invite
You
people.
only fail when you quit.
That united Ethiopia that you're inviting people to, Oromo's gonna come
Yes.
with a hidden gun.
I'm inviting everybody to that.
The Habashi will put a person the Habashi will have a gun. The Habashi will have a gun. The Habashi will have a gun. Afar will have a gun. TPLF will have a gun. Oromo will have a gun. And it's gonna be a shootout at your meeting. And there will be no Ethiopia. This will continue. I appreciate it for coming. Crooked Ethiopia got to go. Abdisa want to rebuild it for the 8th time. And good luck to those Ethiopianist people and Ethiopianist camp rebuilding that stuff. We, the Oromo people, are not interested in losing our language anymore on behalf of trying to build Ethiopia. We're not going to lose our identity on behalf of trying to build Ethiopia. So whatever Abdisa had, whatever dream he had with the Habashis, let him go party with them. Let the rest of the Ethiopianists party with the Ethiopianists. We, the Oromo camp.
This divide and conquer mentality is not going to work in the future Ethiopia. We will recreate this. Jaaladha.
Nagaanka Oromtoota.
Jabbilota odaa jala, jabbilota ko. Ya jabbilota odaa jala, kan nama nyaatu nu keessa jiran amaaloo.